Hello and welcome to highlights of stage one of the Lloyds Tour of Britain men. From Woodbridge to Southwold, 161.4 kilometres today. The riders under beautiful sunny skies in the start in Woodbridge. They had a 6.7 kilometre neutralised section ahead of them. Julien Alaphilippe, back at the Tour of Britain, the winner in 2018. Geraint Thomas wearing number 1 of the Ineos Grenadiers in a special jersey that he has designed. This is his final lap of honour around Great Britain. Theo Gegenhardt of the team of Little Trek. Could it be a race for Theo? We were through kilometre 0, we were off and racing, and it was the first attack of the day would be the attack that would stick. Two members of Team Flanders Baloise making it into the breakaway. Milan Lanhover with Victor Vakuli. They were joined at the front by Diego Uriarte of Equipo Kern Pharma and the British rider Josh Golica. We had 114 starters, and the peloton behind was being controlled by Lo Van Bell of Team Visma Lease Bike. And what a job he did. The breakaway really not getting more than a couple of minutes. Remco Evenepoel of the Soudal Quick-Step team. Will he be a contender for this year's Tour of Britain? What a stacked field they have assembled. Through Aldborough and on to the coast roads, there was crosswinds and tailwinds for much of the day, and a block tailwind all the way between Aldborough and Saxmundham. Visma Lease Bike, two of the fastest finishers in the race with Olaf Koy and Matthew Brennan. 2 minutes and 40 seconds was the time gap. The rain started to fall, and it was at this point where the breakaway really decided it was time to start trying to stay away to the finish. We were on to the first King of the Mountains of this year's race. Mill Hill, 1.1 kilometres in length, averaging 1%, a Cat 3. And the Flanders Baloise riders were launching themselves for the summit. Milan Lanhover taking maximum points. He took 4 points ahead of Josh Golica, and he would pull on the first King of the Mountains jersey of this year's race. We then went on to the intermediate sprint point at Halesworth with 43.8 kilometres to go, and it was Lanhover yet again that took the sprint, and with it he would take the 3 bonus seconds. Josh Golica just edging out Uriarte for the 2 seconds. Geraint Thomas working on the front here for teammate Sam Watson. The sprinters teams very much collecting themselves towards the front. It was a case of wanting to be last man standing from the breakaway as Victor Vakuli of Flanders Baloise launched one last bid for glory. Golica, Uriarte and Lanhover swept up by the peloton, and an impressive ride into a headwind to try and stay away. Unfortunately, front wheel puncture for Geraint Thomas on his beautiful custom Pinarello. He would be quickly back up and into the peloton. Our final breakaway rider caught just outside 5 kilometres from the finish, and the expected bunch sprint came to fruition. Big crash on the second to last corner in towards the finish. There was a 90-degree left just inside 1 kilometre to go, and then a tight turn with around 350 metres to go. It was going to be all about timing. Visma Lease Bike came into the final turn. Sam Watson moving up in the white, the Great Britain national champion. Tim Thorn Teutenberg would also get up there, but it was Tort Gummerstadt of the decathlon AG2R Le Mondial team who launched himself like he'd been fired out of a cannon. Olaf Koy went with him uphill into a headwind. It was all about timing, and Olaf Koy came through to take his 44th career victory and his 5th career Tour of Britain stage victory. But what a sprint from the decathlon AG2R Le Mondial rider, almost denying Olaf Koy the victory. Watch out for him in days to come, but you would say it's business as usual for Olaf Koy taking the victory for Team Visma Lease Bike. What a day, what a job done for the team. Olaf Koy, of course, winning the opening road stage with it, the bonus seconds. He pulls on the first green jersey of this year's race in the Lloyds Tour of Britain men. That is our leader's jersey. Olaf Koy takes the stage ahead of Torten Gudmestad with Hugo Hofstetter in third. Landhover, Goliker, Uriarte, Turtenberg, Dainese, Watson and Crabber, our top 10 in the general classification, going on to stage 2.